What up, guys? Tyler here from King Vape Reviews, and I got JJ and Gabe. And tonight's another Tuesday night vape session. I didn't do it last week. It's a little bit of a hectic week packing and all that. But yeah, we're back. Got another Tuesday night vape session. You've already met JJ. This is Gabe. Go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself. Your vaping experience, a little bit who you are.
Well, I just started vaping. I haven't smoked in like over a month now, pretty much. I just couldn't stand smoking cigarettes anymore, so moved on to something bigger and better. And now here I am, so way better.
You got 2 EVOD batteries. There you go. Yep, and I'm still vaping heavy on my MVP. Has got a new orange swirly drip tip. I don't know if you can catch it on the camera. But orange and swirly, really pretty. Badass as fuck.
My MVP all day, every day.
Yep, my go-to device. I should have a review up. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow if I don't feel lethargic and lazy, I'll post my review on the MVP. I want it to be really, really good and really long. Well, not really long, but I want it to be good and, give a very good perspective about it so people know what the fuck they're buying. As always, Tuesday night vape sessions, profanity is never excluded. Neither is talk about boobs like the last one. So basically we're just gonna chill, talk about whatever.
We've been doing all that long.
Pretty much, yeah. Gabe might be able to tell some stories. I can't tell you how long this one's gonna be. Longer the better. That's what it's for, just a few friends hanging out. Probably gonna have JJ and Gabe go a little bit more in depth about what they like about vaping and what they'd like to see come from it as far as like products, what they want to get, their favorite juices, and maybe even talking about how they plan on getting friends involved. I had this idea earlier that I was talking about with JJ. I want to go and spend like $150, get 2 EVOD starter kits with 2 pens, get 2 extra chargers and 4 bottles of 50 milliliter juice, and just walk up to a random stranger that I see smoking a cigarette and just give them an EVOD kit and, start their vaping adventure because it's very generous. And in the great words of Rip from Rip Trippers, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now. So, that's my plan. If you see me and I give you a free vape, pay it forward. Alright, so we'll start with JJ. Go a little bit more in depth about your vaping experience.
I started vaping mostly because Tyler started vaping and he was such a huge advocate of it. I was smoking cigarettes. I started smoking about a month after my 18th birthday, and I quit smoking. What's the date?
Oh, that's the 4th.
It's the 4th. So I quit smoking about 3.5 weeks ago now. I haven't had a single cigarette. I'm extremely proud of that fact. It's been a difficult ride, but I think that vaping has been the only thing that's kept me sane throughout this entire experience. And that's really what I'm looking to get from vaping is just whenever I went for like a long period of time without having a cigarette, I would get that nicotine withdrawal and I'd start grinding my teeth and just be in an irritated mood all the time. I was just pissed off. All day, every day, just pissed off.
I don't miss those moods at all.
I don't miss it at all. This has helped me. Like I've noticed that like I don't get those moods anymore because I'm vaping more. And I'm vaping on strawberry flavored 12 milligram nicotines right now, and I've been taking fewer hits off of it every single day, and so that means to me that I'm getting less and less nicotine and getting off of that, which is my end goal, to just stop using nicotine completely.
Now, when you stop using nicotine completely, are you going to stop vaping?
Absolutely.
I've had somebody use that plan where there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, vape as you please. You want to use it to quit smoking, get off nicotine, and stop vaping, so be it. I mean, that's your prerogative. But I feel as though the vaping community is a great thing to be involved in, and vaping in general is just a great thing to be involved in. So, I mean, I've lowered my nicotine content to 18 milligrams from 24. And I plan to go even lower. I don't know if I'll completely cut it out because it's not necessarily harmful to my body, but you know, JJ has a great end goal, and I'm very, very proud of you for being able to quit smoking. In other news, tomorrow will be a month that I have been cigarette free. So I'm extremely proud of myself, and I never thought I could ever be smoke free. And it's nice that there's an alternative like this. What about you, Gabe?
Well, I'm looking at my phone right now and I have the Quit Pro app for smoking cigarettes. And it says right here I'm about 25 days since I quit smoking. I originally quit smoking just on a whim, and it was cold turkey, and I honestly haven't smoked since then, not a single cigarette. I just currently got my vapes last Saturday, and I love them more than anything, and I'm working towards, the zero nicotine, but for now, I got, I think one's 24 and one's 12 or 6 or something, and I switch back and forth between the both, and it's not any difference. I just nicotine level in general. I'm not getting a cranky mood or anything like that. And I have one that I put strictly nicotine in, and one that I put zero nicotine in. Because to be honest, you don't need to rip on constant nicotine. You could take a couple hits of nicotine and take a couple puffs off the other one, and it makes you feel like you're smoking a cigarette in general. And that's always good. I mean, in this one, it is the flavor striped gum, which I just got recently, and it's awesome. And then for the non-nicotine, it's Mountain Dew Code Red, and
one of my favorites.
I love it. They're both wonderful, and I love it. And since I quit smoking, it's seriously made everything a lot better, and I feel better about myself and my health and everything. It's just been a whole turnaround.
Yeah, I'm pumped about my friends being involved in vaping. Whether I have a direct push for it, direct influence for it, or like you didn't know you started vaping until I think today.
Yeah.
Even a few days ago, you might have texted me. I don't know.
I think I texted you right after I got that.
Yeah, you're like,
Thank you.
Yeah, you texted me. You're like, dude, I got my EVOD kits. I'm stoked. Thanks, man. That's what it's about for me. Like I said, I think in the last video, at that time, my parents had just got their EVOD kits, and they have the standard 650 mAh battery as well as a 1000 mAh battery for their EVOD. So both of them each have 2 batteries each, and they just vape on their typical EVOD style tank, like so. And my parents have been off cigarettes. I'm not quite sure on how long. I know they smoked cigarettes and vaped at the same time until they ran out. So I'll have to get back to you guys on how long it's been since they've been cigarette free, but I would say it's at least a week. So for me, it's more so about paying it forward, getting people more of a healthy lifestyle, and getting them involved in this great community. There's one thing that I really want to bring up, and it's the politics involved with vaping more so recently. Some states are bringing up legislation to ban electronic e-cig and vaporizer sales on the internet.
Actually, now that you talk about that, after you get finished, there's something to bring up.
Perfect. More the better. More conversation, the better. But some states are bringing up legislation to ban electronic and vaping supply sales on the internet, which could potentially hurt thousands of people, whether you're a vendor online that sells wholesale or a store that gets your products online. So my suggestion for you guys is to go to electroniccigaretteforums.com. Google it if you have to. I don't know if I'm correct on the link right now or not. And at the top of their page, they'll have a little link that says calls for action. It'll give you it'll give you a list of the states with current legislations against vaping and e-cigarettes. Some of them are different than the others, but please go check that out. If your state's listed, or your town even, do what you can to make sure nothing bad happens for the vaping industry. Because it's very important that the government doesn't regulate vaping in a poor manner. which is bound to happen, in my opinion.
That's just what the government does.
Yeah.
I mean,
We won't go into
They ban
government.
everything good.
Yeah, they ban everything good. Marijuana. But
Seriously.
go ahead and say what you're gonna say, Gabe.
I actually currently work at Chipotle, and recently with our chip talk, which is what we talk about whenever we're on break in the morning, they brought up our smoking policies for Chipotle in general, and what they recently brought up was not only do they ban the smoking of cigarettes inside and outside of their building, not even on, they made it so that you can't smoke inside, which is a law in all of Ohio, but even on our patio, you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes. And
That's what I would do after every burrito.
right?
well, what they also just recently brought up, and they brought it up 2 weeks in a row, is that not only do they ban regular cigarettes, but e-cigarettes as well, inside and outside of their building.
Fuck that.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Even for employees, which, I'm not going to lie,
I was
outside
just
of
vaping at
camera,
Chipotle like a week ago.
they may or may not say something to you, but it has been brought up specifically this week. No e-cigarettes inside.
That's
Yeah,
or
and,
outside.
and
That's
and that I see is becoming a major issue within the vaping community, no matter where you live or work. Now that it's a booming industry, I mean, more and more people on a daily or weekly basis are getting into vaping, and that's a great thing. Whether you smoke cigarettes or not, getting into vaping is a great thing. But people and businesses and companies need to do their research about electronic cigarettes and vaping, and the fact that there's no health risks from secondhand vaping as far as I've seen in studies or in general.
Well, what makes me mad about it is Chipotle being a company that goes above and beyond to make sure everything is safe and non-GMO and organic. For them to not be alright with someone smoking e-cig, even an employee, it's like, what, I have to go outside and go around the corner of the building just to smoke my e-cig?
Right.
That's messed up.
Just to hit my vape? Like,
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
I'm in the same boat as Gabe because Marks hasn't brought it up. We've been dealing with tags and integrity and wrong tagging of items, but I have been told not to vape, whether I do it regardless of what I'm told, because it's I'm gonna vape. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry, Marks, but it's gonna happen.
Like we have Chipotle. Like I used to work at Chipotle, and I remember like every single day when I was opening, after we got finished opening, before we actually opened the store, we'd go outside and we'd smoke a cigarette. It's like what we did. It's
after you get off work, what do? You sit outside for an hour and smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, it's like. Oh, it's just how you unwind. It's how you unwind. It's how you relax. It's how you get ready to face the coming day. How you get ready to face the customers that are coming in, and just it's like,
man, you get butt raped for a fucking couple hours working at Chipotle, like. You need something to make you relax.
That pisses me off.
I mean, regardless, I'm gonna go inside the cooler and hit my vape.
Right, yeah.
It's gonna disperse and disappear very quickly, and I just don't care.
Yeah,
I mean, at least I'm not grumpy. At least I'm getting some nicotine, and to be honest, I don't even have to take a smoke break. It makes me angry at the fact that I have to go outside
to vape.
Maybe even sit in my car, and it's fucking 7 degrees outside. Yeah. What do I have to do? Sit out in my car and smoke my vape? Like,
apparently, that's what it's come to. That's what this country has come to. You're not even allowed to smoke an electronic cigarette, which has nothing harmful inside of it. Anywhere. Basically, is what they're doing now. Anywhere but your own home.
Quick note, we gotta try to keep our voices not at a super loud level, because remember the first night they came up and said we're being too loud, and we really, really weren't. Just a friendly ganja smoking was going on, that's all. Now, with all this political talk about vaping going on, goes back to the calls for action. With vaping becoming more popular and more in the mainstream culture, I mean, I don't remember what actress it was, but has an ad for blue e-cigs. A very, very famous actress has an ad for blue e-cigs, and that just shows how big vaping is becoming. I mean,
who was it on like the Letterman show? Wasn't it like Katherine Heigl or something?
Yeah, like Katherine Heigl had a vaporizer on the
Letterman show.
Letterman
I
show.
do want to
Yeah.
say though, those blue e-cigs are just not the same as actual vaping.
Oh yeah.
With your own liquids and everything.
Well,
I tried that.
No
And
e-cig I've
I
ever
spent a lot
tried.
of money and it just didn't work like I wanted
Well, yeah,
it to. I continued to smoke.
And for all of the beginners that are watching this, or even some experienced vapors that don't know, the difference between, say, a Blue or an Enjoy and something like these two devices, get in the frame, there we go. The Blue and Enjoy typed vapes, per se, are called cigalikes. They're made to give you the same feeling as smoking a cigarette. They don't produce an equal amount of vapor. They don't have the same milligram as, say, a juice would. They're made to feel like cigarettes.
It's not even the same amount of nicotine in each one. You know, it varies between like 17 and 24. You know,
Yeah.
you might get an atomizer cartridge that has something way less than what you think it's going to have. And I know I have a couple people that I work with that I'm trying to get onto actual vaping, you know, with the EVOD or anything like that. And they told me straight up, you know, like their e-cigs aren't cutting it for them.
Oh yeah.
I tried a couple of different e-cigs
when
I was still smoking cigarettes, and nothing.
Like I said, I did the same thing, and my girlfriend was not happy. You know, I've told her tens of thousands of times that I was quitting smoking, and it never worked like I wanted it to because I spent hundreds of dollars on crappy e-cigs.
Right.
Like the entire time you're just hitting that e-cig and thinking, oh man, I wish this was a real cigarette.
Right.
Man, I could smoke a whole cartridge in 2 hours and not even be satisfied with what I was smoking.
The only disposable electronic cigarette that I've tried is a Blue disposable, and they make great cigarettes.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, they're good,
but they're not for us. This talk right here is more so our personal views and opinions on this product. I'm not saying don't go out and buy a Blue if you're not looking to get a device like an Ego or EVOD style, or even an MVP or a bigger mod / whatever you want to call it. Go get a Blue or an Enjoy or something, or you know, Eon Smoke, the company that sends me the juices that I do reviews on. They make their own cigarettes, and I've been told they're very good. So, I mean, if you think a cigarette is better for you than, say, a personal vaporizer, a bigger device like such, go get one. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try, because it's always better than smoking an analog cigarette. So there's that. Calls to action, electroniccigaretteforums.com, or just Google it if you don't remember the link. I'll put it in the description below. Also, become a member on there. It's a very great way to be introduced into the vaping community. Lots of people are always on there helping. You know, their forums are fantastic. Also YouTube, like Rip Trippers or Grim Green, Amanda Orcutt. Those are my go-to people when I'm looking for videos on YouTube. Also P. Basardo or Vaping Greek. You know, they are great. CJ, Vaping Monkey, they're all fantastic at making educational reviews and videos about certain products and vaping in general. So I suggest go checking them out. I will try my hardest to remember who I mentioned in this video and put their links in the description below. Also, I posted a picture on my Instagram. This is an unlabeled bottle. Top secret, but I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Vicarious, who I frequently talk about, as well as JJ, has new juices. A bunch new flavors. I think like 6 or 7 new flavors, and I happen to have the grape soda flavor e-juice in 24 mg. It is fantastic.
Amazing.
I haven't tried it yet.
Dude, once that tank runs out, I'll fill it up for you. I'm feeling generous tonight.
Here, Tyler, you want to hit that?
Yeah, which one is this one?
Fruit Stripe.
Fruit Stripe. Alright, so yeah. Gabe's rocking the EVOD starter kit. You bought the starter kit for what, $70, right?
Yeah, it was about $70.
So yeah, I mean, that's your typical starter kit. It comes with 2 pens, 2 tanks, 5 atomizers, the charging cord and everything.
Yeah, everything.
And it's a great starter kit. I mean, that's what I got my parents for their starter kit. JJ jumped the tracks a little bit and started with his MVP and his Pro Tank too. So.
What happened with that was, like, I went in to Vicarious, and Pete, the guy who owns it, I had been in there a few times, and I was like, I'm looking to get into vaping. If money was not an issue, if you could just get anything that you need, anything that you wanted, what would you get? Hands down, the best thing in this store. And he picked up this MVP, and he's like, this is what I would get. This has everything that you need on it. It's got your variable voltage and wattage, and all, it shows you your ohms and the coils and it does everything that you need to, and it's hands down the best thing in the store. And yeah, there you go. And so I decided then and there, like, if the guy who owns the vape store is saying this is what you need to get,
he uses the MVP. I saw
he
him
uses it.
Yeah,
I
religiously.
got various vapes. Yeah, I saw that he had his. He frequents different tanks and stuff, but I noticed that he uses the MVP.
Yeah, I thought to myself, if the guy who owns and runs the vape store is saying get the MVP, that's probably the one I'm going to be happiest with. And then Tyler got the Pro Tank too, and I hit off of that a few times. I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. And so that's why I started off with this. It's probably not the most
ethical money choice, but
probably not the best way to get started. I mean, but
you blew like $100 that day on the vape setup.
Well, here's where I'm at. I mean,
here's my tax return.
I, you know, where I foresee myself now, I don't want to get tons of different mods and tons of different batteries, but, you know, from the tank up, I would like to do something different. You know, these batteries are great. I barely have to charge them. They work great. They're not as powerful, you know. They don't do all those little different tricks and tips and stuff, but, I mean, it gets me where I need to be, and the tanks they're top quality, they're Kangertech, but it's, you know, I would like to at least get, you know, the Pro Tank too, maybe a different tip, you know, something that is
something
good.
more personable.
Yeah, something more personable, you know, because these are just too stock. Yeah, it's too stock, you know. I'm someone that likes to get something that's not what
something you
everyone
can
else
personalize.
has. Yeah, and even with the regular EVOD battery and stuff, they're still personable. Like, you can still do whatever you want to them, get different tanks.
I mean, hell, you could put that green tank on the black.
That's what I'm
battery,
saying.
so.
Like, you can do different things.
You could put the green tank on the black tank and the black tank on the green tank.
Yeah,
I mean, battery.
Madness!
I just don't have the money for it at the moment, but I know as soon as I get paid, you know, I want to get the Pro Tank 2, which is an awesome tank. I know both of these guys are using it. And
religiously.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I use.
So that's where I'm at there. But for now, I mean, the stock tanks are almost just as good. You just can't use anything that's citrusy in it because then you run the risk of breaking it.
Yeah, that's the one con with the EVOD Kinger tanks is they're plastic. I mean, they have the metal around them, but they're plastic. So any acidic juice, say a cinnamon or even a menthol juice, something. Lemon, orange, mango. Yeah, basically a lot of the juices out there are very acidic. And say something like this with the iClear 30, you couldn't put them in there. It's an instant tank breaker because the tank itself is plastic.
It's not Pyrex.
It's not Pyrex. With where the Pro Tank, it's Pyrex. I mean, sturdy as fuck.
Pyrex is what they use to make pipes out of that you smoke other
substances out of.
Yes. It's very heat resistant and stuff like that. It's a lot less breakable.
Yeah. I think what I'm most looking forward to with my MVP is the fact that I can run, say, a Kraken atomizer from Vicious Ant, or, you know, build my own coils. I mean, you can do that, like, Rip Trippers has a few videos on Pro Tank coil builds where you build your own custom micro coils, which is pretty cool. I look forward to doing that sometime in the future. Gotta get some Canthol and some cotton and the wick and whatnot. But I mean, I like all the possibilities I have with this. Honestly, I have not really vaped on my EVOD style battery too often. I mean, here and there, if I'm charging this and just don't feel like vaping on it when it's charging, because it does have the pass through. But I literally use this every single day.
It tastes like Snickers.
Yeah, it has the reminiscent Snickers in it. That's another con about that iClear 30 is it's got I call them the octopus wicks because it's got like 4 wicks around it that hang down all the way down the tank, which is nice.
Fucking dream though.
It's got a tight draw to it.
I like the tip on it because it's all sorts of movable.
Yeah.
All sorts of movable.
All sorts of movable.
That's always cool. I mean, a rotational drip too.
Yeah, I wish that was universal with the Pro Tank, because I would throw that on the Pro Tank in a heartbeat. I love that swivel tip, but it's not universal. But yeah, juices and plastic tanks are a very hard combination to get right, because you run the risk of cracking your tank with very acidic juices. But with glass and Pyrex, you don't really run that risk. So I highly recommend any of the Pro Tank series, more so the Pro Tank 2 and the Pro Tank Mini versus like the Pro Tank 3, which I've seen a lot of good reviews and a lot of bad reviews about.
What is the problem with Pro Tank 3?
Flooding is the main thing. It's got a dual coil, and the wicks are stacked on top of each other, like so, kind of like offset a little bit, and it tends to flood easier for some reason. The way it's built, and then inside the coil itself is just stuffed with wicks, which makes it hard for the flow of the juice to get into it. So it's harder to hit. It burns faster.
More resistance.
More resistance, and a lot of people like you don't like a high resistance coil.
Yeah. Like to get nice big vapor clouds.
Yeah, clouds are where it's at.
One thing I like about that, what is that? Not that, the one with the swivel tip. I don't remember.
Oh, the iClear 30.
Yeah, the iClear 30 gets just the biggest clouds that I've been able to get yet. I love it.
And again, you get something with no nicotine, and it has no throat hit or anything at all, and you can rip it for days. You can rip it until the battery doesn't want you to rip it.
White out.
Yeah, and I mean,
I see that. I just love it.
I'm the community vape guy. Alongside Pete, I let people vape on my stuff all the time, because it's sharing the wealth, getting people educated, getting people to try vaping. That's all I want. Just give it a try. You don't have to stick to it if it's not right for you, but give it a try, because it's worthwhile.
Just get something cheap, like if you're willing to give it a try, just get something cheap.
Kit.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to go that far. Just get a single battery.
You get the
single
EVOD
tank.
battery in a separate tank.
It'll cost you max $40, $45. It's not that bad, and it'll change your life.
Yeah, I mean, this right here was, I got this whole tank and battery setup, a juice, a charger cable for like $51, and this isn't even a Kangertech.
It came with a lanyard too, didn't it?
No, Jake gave me the lanyard.
Oh, okay.
But this was $51 with all of that, and it's not Kangertech, it's not name brand, it's just like I guess a knockoff per se.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this was my first setup, and I still use it from time to time. It worked great. I mean, it got me to where I am today, making these videos for you guys, and ultimately getting me to the MVP and other mods that I look forward to purchasing and trying. But coinciding with JJ's statement of getting something cheap, don't go on Amazon and say you find a vape for $10. I don't recommend purchasing that, because
someone commented when I posted the picture of my two vapes, they were like, "Oh, you can get those online for $10."
Yeah, quality is better than the price. If you're gonna buy something, especially like a vape, you want quality, because you're gonna get the wrong impression if you buy a $10 vape.
That's the reason I went in and dropped $100 on this, because I could have gone in and got the $50 EVOD or whatever, and I eventually I would have been like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next bigger, better thing? That's why I just skipped that step, saved myself a little bit of money, and dropped $100 on this.
Well, yeah, but you dropped $100 on that. The MVP2 itself was $75, and the Pro Tank was an extra $25. That's why you spent $100. You didn't spend $100 just on the MVP2.
See, that's where I'm at. I spent $70 and got the two EVODs in one kit, plus all the atomizers, and I bought a bunch of different liquids and stuff.
And that's really all you need.
That's all you need. You could go bigger and better, but
yeah,
like I said, I'm trying to get different tanks, but for now, until these batteries don't want to work for me anymore, this is all I really need.
And really, a typical starter kit, an EVOD starter kit, comes with 2 full setups, 2 tanks, 2 batteries, ready to go. And that's perfect, because say I bought one starter kit for my parents, they each got 1 EVOD, but say you're buying one for yourself, a starter kit, you get 2 pens. So, one battery dies, you have one ready to go. You just
Or-
swap out the charge, you know?
Like I said, I use one, I put nicotine in, one that I don't, you know, because a lot of it has to do with the act of smoking. That's a lot of people's addiction is just that hand to mouth. So you get your nicotine fix and then you finish the rest off just smoking as you normally would a cigarette.
When I first quit smoking, one of the worst times I had when I first quit was when I was driving. Because when I was driving, I would always have a cigarette. Like every single time, I'd get behind the wheel of my car and I'd just be like, pack of cigarettes, light it, go. And like that was the worst time for me. But hitting this, it's like the same thing. Like I don't feel need. I just love it. Everything about it. There's no words that I can use to explain how much this has helped me.
Yeah, when I was going to like convert to vaping, I had a lot of anxiety and was very skeptical of it because I was worried about my routines. You know, after I eat a big meal, I go smoke a cigarette. I take a break at work, smoke a cigarette before work, smoke a cigarette after work. When I'm pissed, I smoke a cigarette. And those routines that I've created for myself, I was worried about not getting what I needed to help me quit. So, and it worked. I mean, I haven't had a cigarette in a month, and it's fantastic.
It's really nice too because like every day when I wake up, I go outside and smoke a cigarette. Now I wake up, I've got my MVP sitting on my nightstand right next to me. I don't even have to get out of bed. I just pick it up, I hit it, and I'm good to go.
Go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep. Yeah.
That's basically that's. Did you just drop it?
I dropped my phone.
Oh, okay.
I thought you dropped that.
No, it's right.
I dropped mine the other day. It was on the carpet.
It was just my iPhone. Don't worry.
No big deal. iPhones are replaceable. Very replaceable. Gabe knows firsthand. I know firsthand. I've dropped my old iPhone multiple times. I had to have it fixed. Now I'm onto the Galaxy S4, covering JJ's turned into Victoria. There you go.
What?
JJ, you're now Victoria.
Oh, fine. I have
Stock.
Stock.
Rasta with a bunch of pot leaves and peace signs.
Fucking stoner.
That's me.
Wow.
Alright, so let's kind of veer away from the vape talk for a bit. We're at 30 minutes right now.
And we've been talking about vapes for 30 minutes.
Which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what vape sessions are about. But I kind of want to talk about something else, you know?
Chill time.
The whole vape session idea for me was to talk about vapes, but also coinciding with talking with friends and making it more like a chill session where you guys can talk with us through comments. Eventually, I'm still trying to figure out how to get the live stream set up. So when I get the live stream set up and figure out how to record it so I can post the full live stream on YouTube so you guys can view it later if you don't catch the full live stream. I'm trying to figure that out.
Live stream.
Tongue stream. And that's a tongue twister. But, I want it to be more personable. When we do get that set up, you'll be able to chat with us when we do this. So you can ask us questions, talk about it, bring up anything we can talk about.
Anything and everything.
Prostitutes, you know. They should be legal. Porn's fun. But Gabe is a very, very, very good storyteller. So Gabe, dig deep down into your memoir of stories and speak about it.
Man.
Preferably something less drug related. If possible. But it doesn't really matter.
Man, I got a lot of stories and a lot of them start off with, well, I was smoking a bowl with one of my friends one day. But
I just broke my laptop. There's a big chunk of it right here.
Man,
Whoops. Whatever.
That's how all the best stories start, though. I was smoking a bowl with one of my friends.
man, I could go on and on and on. You know, I currently don't smoke. I don't participate in any illegal activities. But, I mean,
Good.
gotta do what you gotta do. The courts will get you.
Law enforcement.
Watch out for the man, big brother.
A long dick of the law.
Long dick of the law. It'll rape you.
I've never heard that before. I like that.
I mean, man, I don't even know where to start. I've had so many different jobs and so many different opportunities in different places. I used to work at Twilight.
Me too.
Yeah.
We shared a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Man.
Twilight, Chipotle. I worked with Tyler at Geppetto's for God knows how fucking long.
What up, Terry? Fuck you.
You're a big cocksucker.
We still love you though, in your overpriced pizzas.
Seriously, who really loves Terry?
No one. I don't even think Natalie loves Terry.
Terry might love Terry.
Terry loves this stuff way too much.
Man, I'd say I have a lot of stories, but I think they're for a different channel.
Yeah, I could set up a channel like that. That'd be fun.
We definitely should. That's a good idea.
With my partnership, I can set up another channel and it instantly be partnered. Get paid. So I think we could do that.
Yeah, I think we should get that up.
Do a stoner sessions.
I don't smoke anymore, but I still got a lot of stoner stories.
He's got so
many.
We spent what, like 2.5 hours just chilling at your counter taking shots, talking you telling us stories about your trips to Amsterdam, Germany, Paris, others. Like, he's chock full of stories. And I've known Gabe for quite a few years now. And we've had some fucking fantastic times together.
I've known Gabe for years. When did I meet you?
Man, I don't even know.
It was
sometime between my junior and senior year, which was 2010 and 2011. So
something like that. And this is actually the first time I've ever just hung out with you.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I can't believe it hasn't happened
It's
before.
crazy that I've hung out with Gabe more than you have, and you've known him longer.
But that's happened a couple of times.
That's
like
true.
With Mike,
Dustin.
But I hung out with Dustin.
I miss Dustin.
We need to hang out with Dustin.
Dustin, I'm going through withdrawals. I miss you, baby. Victoria, disregard that comment.
Man, I haven't seen Dustin in almost since I got in trouble.
It would not be wise to go to his house.
Not at all.
It'll be past you, and you'll be like, I can't stop.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Happens to JJ every time. JJ's like, I'm not gonna smoke tonight, and then the night continues, and you have a lot of fun.
Well, I don't have that option.
Yeah,
that is true. Gage.
I know.
Gabe. I do too. Miranda's brother. Gabe doesn't have that option at this point. We won't go into details about that. That's not personal or YouTube discussion.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoy doing these vape sessions.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea, and I didn't think I was initially going to be able to find people to get on board. I mean, who wants to sit and talk to a computer for 45 plus minutes? And
we're already at 37.
Yeah, we're already at 37.
I feel like did you hear a knock on the door?
Might be. Come in. Oh, hey, Spencer. My little brother.
I had a question.
You got to meet in the last video. What's up, bud?
When you put your thing on, you started bleeding. Was it a bad thing?
No.
Did it stop working or anything?
No.
Sorry.
Did you just put one on?
Yeah, I had to change it.
Okay. Yeah, mine did that. This one didn't do it as much. So, I think it's just because of the scar tissue buildup, really, is what it is. I mean, we've had our pumps for 4 years, so don't be worried. If it does stop working, tell Mom.
Yeah.
Try to put it somewhere farther back, maybe. I'm kind of out of space, but...
Yeah, I put one on 3 times. Orion's bell right here.
Right? Dude, you should go lower and make it the Big Dipper. But, go ahead and say hi. Get in the frame. You guys met Spencer. Tuesday night vape sessions. You're not in on this because you don't vape. You're only 15. But y'all met my brother. Did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
When?
Just now.
Oh, nice. I'm going for the long hair look. It's
Long hair don't care.
Long hair don't care. But yeah, Spencer coming in. Updating you on my new living situation. I have my own room now. In one of the upcoming videos, I'll use my Galaxy phone and kind of give you a tour around the new apartment. Coming from where I shared a room with my little brother, and he's a fellow YouTuber. I've told you guys about that. Having 2 YouTubers in one room does not work. Let me tell you, it is very conflicting. He's recording his videos. I need to record my videos. I'd have to go out to the living room to do so. It was very, very, very hard. So now that I have my own room, I can sit in here. I could record videos all I want, vape all I want. I have my own TV. I got a fucking PlayStation 2 for fuck's sake. Kicking it old school.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Yeah, I was jamming on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 yesterday. I got Grand Theft Auto 3. I'm real old
San
school.
Andreas.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I need to get San Andreas.
I love San Andreas. That was one of my
GameStop won't even
favorites.
sell it.
Are you
What?
serious?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's too hardcore for them.
What?
I sold my iPhone to GameStop for like $80.
I tried to sell San Andreas to them and they wouldn't buy it because it's different than every Grand Theft Auto.
What?
Yep. It's not the same, dude. It's so hardcore and gangster that.
What? Grand Theft Auto 5, you play as, what's his name?
Franklin.
And he's straight up gangster.
He's
Like,
straight
that's-
up G, but it's not the same as fucking San Andreas. That shit is straight up G.
Yeah, San Andreas is pretty brutal.
I just started playing Grand Theft Auto 5 last night. I got home around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I stayed up until 4:45, 4:50 in the morning.
See, that was like 45 minutes before I woke
Grand Theft
up.
Auto. And I can't form a good opinion about that game just yet.
I
think
love it.
It's a
I think-
wonderful game.
Yeah, it's a good game. Like, the graphics are fucking amazing.
Even the
It's-
story, everything about Grand Theft Auto 5. Is
I
just
think
amazing.
Michael's a faggot. I hate Michael so
Why
much.
did you, you just haven't got far enough.
I mean, yeah, I haven't even met Trevor yet, but Michael.
Shit, dude, you haven't even met Trevor.
I haven't met Trevor yet.
Crazy
Trevor is a
motherfucker.
I know
crazy
Trevor's.
Crazy motherfucker.
I know Trevor's like the best character in the game, but yeah, like as far as I've gotten in the game, like the way Michael handles like his kids and everything, it's just fucking bad. He's I don't know. I don't
Dude,
like
his
Michael.
son is an asshole.
His son's a fucking faggot. I hate him. Excuse my language.
Yeah, I've warned you at the beginning of the video. So, yeah. Excusez-moi. Shit.
Awkward. Gay babies are born.
Shit, we don't need another one. Spencer's enough. Sorry, Spence. You won't get this far in the video anyway. I know you won't watch it. JJ, for fuck's sake, hasn't even watched like most of my videos.
I haven't watched a single one. Honestly.
But you still support, which is okay.
Oh yeah.
With YouTube, I would like to see more subscribers and views. If you like what you see, whether it be the Tuesday night vape sessions where we dick off and, you know, jerking our gherkins, or the reviews itself, or I have plans for other types of videos which are highly top secret at this point, mainly because my mind hasn't really thought of them yet. Yeah, maybe that new channel. Please subscribe. Talk to me. I like talking to you guys. I like replying to your messages, hearing what you have to say, any of your questions, you know. That's what I'm here for. I've gotten quite a few people into vaping. Mainly through Facebook and posting my videos. If you see my videos on Facebook, I'm sorry I post them so much, but I just want you guys to see how great all this stuff is. Gabe has a nice beard.
He has a fantastic beard.
You can pet it.
Oh my god.
He's like a cat. Maybe he'll start purring. JJ's got a little goatee going on.
I'm working on it.
I had to shave mine for work.
This is half my beard on a regular basis.
Gabe used to have it like out to here.
Nuts.
Flavor saver, man. Flavor
Yeah.
saver.
Saving all my food for later.
Just pick it up and wipe your mouth off whenever you eat.
Dude, I miss it.
I can't even imagine.
It's short now. It was like 2 or 3 times this.
Yeah, I remember. So long.
I can't even imagine having a beard that long. I can't even grow my beard in that full. Like, this area of my face doesn't grow jack shit.
I get
It
patches.
just grows all in white trashy like
Yeah, like it grows in here, and it grows in here, but here and here, not even a little bit.
Mine doesn't grow in at all from mustache to goatee. So my mustache is separate from my entire beard.
It's all good though. You got that soul patch going on too.
It's blonde though.
I want to know what you guys want to see in my videos, cause
Even
I want to make videos catering to you guys and your needs and your
Yeah,
wants.
it's like completely blonde.
That's crazy.
So any feedback you have, whether it be advice, questions,
Comments.
any feedback is helpful. I want to know what you guys want to see in my reviews.
Not just feedback. Say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, anything. JJ will be the one to read them.
If you hate us, tell us. I want to know. I want to hear it all.
You'd have to watch my videos to know.
Just stop talking.
Burn. But yeah, I really want to know what you guys want to see, what you guys have to say. If you hate JJ, let him know.
I want to know.
It's probably all you're gonna
That's probably all you're gonna hear.
He needs dreads.
JJ's an asshole. JJ, you look like a Puerto Rican.
I am a Puerto Rican.
You look like Mexican.
I take offense to that.
Most people do. I have a manager that is Dominican. If you call him Mexican, he gets pissed. I have someone that I work with that's Mexican, and if you call him anything else, he gets pissed. They're legit, like, from Dominican and, like, Mexican. Like, they speak Spanish and barely any English.
When I was working at Chipotle, I had a manager who was Puerto Rican, like, straight up from Puerto Rico, and I could barely understand a word he said.
That's how it is, dude.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Dude, I found this in one of my boxes. I used to draw on it when we were stoned. That's what Mark did.
That's messed up.
Yeah, Mark.
That kid's got problems.
Mark, don't listen to JJ. He loves you.
I do love you, Mark.
This is crazy, though. This is what Mark did when he's sitting on my bed. Were we watching Monty Python? Yeah, he did this while watching Monty Python.
No. That was when we were watching Limitless.
Oh, yeah, when we were watching Limitless. Great movie. This is what we do when we're stoned. It says we trippy main at the top, and we doodle all over it. Give him tattoos and whatnot. I guess somebody's satanic. Because this is a collaborative effort from many, many people. So, I plan on doodling on this when I'm bored. Yeah, I'm high. I keep it organic, though. Or only organic. That could be everything. It's rounding out about the same amount of time as the last video, but with the intro and all that mumbo jumbo, it should be about 50 minutes. So, with that being said, tonight has been another Tuesday night vape session with JJ.
Glad to be here, guys.
Gabe, otherwise known as Gabe Bear. That's what your name in my phone is.
Yeah, that's it.
Gabe Bear, not Gay Bear.
I love me G-Man.
G-Man. I remember when you had that spare phone, you put your name in my phone as Grizzly Adams. That was pretty cool. I missed that.
Yeah.
Grizzly Adams. That's what I'm gonna change your name in my phone to Grizzly Adams. That's what you
A
look
lot
like.
of people tell me too.
But,
Because of the beard.
so this has been another Tuesday night vape session. Enjoy your night. Stay happy. Vape on. And we'll see you next week. I need a better exit. Good enough. See you guys. Subscribe, like, share. See you later.